Hi, Wesley with Expandacraft here. This is a number one of maybe 2 or 3 videos showing how we're going to take apart and assemble the decking and the mast box on the Pocket Cat. Now this is a 12-foot modular catamaran, and if you'll notice, we only have the center parts. We don't have the bow and the stern hull sections. That's because of the space issue here in the shop. Well, anyway, I want to show you, this is a mast box. It's a stayed box in which you put an unstayed mast. So the mast, which is modular, comes in like 4 or 5 foot sections, and it goes together, and you get a big, sail up there. It's all stayed with this mast box. Now, the mast box is stayed here, if you'll notice, with these. It's called a figure 9. That's this right here. It's a figure 9 cleat. So you can uncleat this, or you can tighten this, lash it down, and you see it's got it by its teeth, and then lash again. But in this case, we're going to take it down. So one side, and then the other. Now, this particular one has its tag still left on it. That's because the client, which is in Italy, is going to have to interpret this and learn how to do the figure 9 voila. Now, under here is another connection. Now this is a wing nut that holds the front of this mast box down, like so. So you can see the mast box is one part separate of the rest of the decking. I'm going to set it aside, and then I'm going to go back here. Quickly, just to show the operation of the up and down of the rudder. Now this is the rudder, and it's in the down position. And if Margaret, you'll come around here and I'll show you and show the rest. This is in the down position. Now here, whoops, well that's because I've disconnected. Here there is a bungee cord, and this is going to be a quick release system in a minute. Later I'll add a snap shackle so that that comes off. This is in down position. So bungee cord, which leads underneath the deck and to this actual rope. You click it down, boom, that means we're ready to go sailing. When you come ashore, you lift that, it releases the pressure on the bungee cord, and then the bungee cord becomes light enough to where this line, which is taken up here, it's hard to reach across the whole thing, and ta-da! Now, if you're running up onto the beach, your rudder is not in the sand. So that's the way that works. All right, now let's take everything apart. Now, this will have a wing nut on the bottom. This is a bolt that holds the rudder on like so. Now, just for convenience sake, because I don't have room in this room to take everything apart, I'm just going to show you how this side comes apart. This strap holds the back of the deck down. What holds the forward part of the deck down is this. Remember when we had those strapped together? So here, we get all this together. You will have to untie this if you want to take it all down. But I'll just show you here. This half comes off. Now you'll notice this little block here, this little block here, I call those bunks. The bunks on this part fit right between here and here. And that keeps the deck from going forward and backwards when it's strapped down. This bunk and this bunk keeps the deck caged from going this way and that way. The same is to be said for the other side. So, if you'll notice, come on down with me, as we get lower, ta-da! It doesn't go anywhere. It's caged this way, it's caged that way, because of these bunks. And then of course this part will come off, and you've got one section that's 2 feet wide, and at its longest point it's about 8 feet long. Well, that's your basic Expandacraft 12-footer. We call it the Pocket Cat. We're going to show you more in the next video of this thing as we rig it together rather than de-rigging as we did here. And we'll show you how the sail works as well. Expandacraft.com